everyone, and welcome to the Footballbets4u Podcast, episode number 3 of season 4. I am joined this week by Paddy.
Hello.
And a season debut for Connor.
How's it, lads? Glad to be back.
You scared me, sorry.
Lads, we can officially say we're a ranked number 22 podcast here in Ireland for the football podcast. So, fucking fair play to us, happy days.
If you're not forced, you're last.
Exactly, yeah. So we want to get to number 1. So, right, lads, we're going to be looking at obviously game week 3 as fixtures. We have a couple of kind of decent matches this week. So, City and Arsenal obviously being one, Liverpool and Chelsea, and then United and Wolves. Not a big match, but Paddy'd have a strop if we didn't talk about United. So we have to cover United. We have a couple of questions that were sent in that we're going to be answering. We are going to look at the Champions League draw, and we're going to kind of see how we fared out. 3 different teams, so that'll be interesting to talk about. We do have this week's fashion show, lads, and this team is Villa that we're going to be looking at. So Aston Villa. Now, I'm going to just a little bit of a spoiler there. They actually haven't released their third kit yet. So I found a leak online. It's actually getting released tomorrow or the next day.
Way too much hot time in your hands.
Yeah. Lads, we have the bets. We may have a crypto corner. We don't know. We'll see how we're faring out.
We'll see how the crypto goes in the next 40 minutes.
Yeah. And then we might, if we have time, talk about the fucking madness that is the transfer window that's happening this season. So, lads, we're going to jump into the fixtures. So we're going to jump into the first game. And what a game to start with, Man City and Arsenal. So 12:30 on Saturday, lads, 2-9 for City, 21-4 for the draw, and 12-1 for Arsenal. Connor, coming to you first, what do you reckon in this game? Talk to me a little bit about Arsenal and how you think they have been absolutely shocking this season. I don't know if you've seen it against Chelsea. They got absolutely bullied and dominated by Lukaku. He absolutely destroyed them up front. So tell us what you think about Arsenal for one.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at Arsenal in the transfer window. Obviously, they've gone gung-ho straight into Martin Odegaard. I don't think that's where they're missing players. So we've always said, probably for how long has it been going on? 10, 12 years that Arsenal are vulnerable at the back and they haven't sorted the issue. Yeah. And that seems to be where the root cause is. He said, I only saw bits of the Chelsea game last week. And the bits I saw, I had to turn off because I thought he was going to get done for something a little bit more than playing football. He had the lads turned inside out. And
are you talking about rape? Because we will not talk about that on this while Benjamin Mendy is up for rape, so we will not be talking about
that. How long were you in? 4 minutes?
Yeah. Took 3 minutes and 35 seconds for us.
We were ranked at number 22.
Yeah, we are now ranked 16. That's what people want to hear.
Well, you could see how tight Arsenal got as a back four, just trying to stop Lukaku, and then obviously forgot about the wing backs playing with Chelsea and just completely disregarded them. That's where the first goal came from, with Reece James getting down the right hand side. But yeah, they haven't sorted the issue. I still think to Kroenke and the higher management on the board that it's still just a money turning operation where we'll stay in profit, we'll buy one player a season, and you don't hear uproar from Arsenal fans, really. They play the highest season.
Except for Arsenal TV.
Arsenal TV is the exception, but every football club has a group like that. It's not like United and they have riots outside the stadium and games get called off. And we said it at the time, it was the right and the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, because Liverpool fans never smash up buses or anything if rival fans start driving into the stadium, don't they?
I love how he's kind of completely referenced United, completely referenced United.
No, but I was specifically about owners not giving a shit about their football club, which is what United did.
Oh yeah, and Liverpool's owners love Liverpool Football Club.
I love it.
But you don't hear any backlash from Arsenal. They're not staging protests. They're not buying fucking green and yellow fucking scarves to try to kick the fucking owners out or any other bullshit like that. They just seem to be accepting it.
He's getting loose now. He's letting it go. Look.
He's been setting this up all summer.
And another thing.
It's like he's been training for boxing. He hasn't had sex with his missus for the last 2 weeks or anything, in preparation for this.
No, I've been too busy with yours. But no, and that's where they're going to be in the league. They're going to be fighting for mid-table again because they haven't bought well. I still don't think Arteta is the man to lead them. I think it's an easy cop out for him just to leave him there and not have to worry about getting him out of a contract and bringing out somebody else in. So it's going to be a strange one. I can't see them challenging, but they're exactly where they belong with the business they've done.
What do you reckon, Paddy? Do you reckon, like you had high hopes for Arsenal at the start of the season, then kind of you saw pretty quickly that kind of fucking faded away, didn't it? Like
they did start the season with 9 first-team players out with either COVID or injured, so they have been hammered at the start of the season. I do still think it's been a false dawn with them. Like they're not as bad as they seem. The first couple of games, couple of hard games for them. And we do think they'll get a lot better. They've seen a glimpse of it during the week there. Was it last night? The League Cup, they won 5-0.
Last night,
night before.
Yeah. Last night.
Good result. Aubameyang got 3. That'll do his confidence the world of good. I don't think they have a chance this weekend against City. Anyone else but City, and they might have a chance, but the fixture list just hasn't been kind to them whatsoever. They might be lucky to get a goal. So for this weekend, I'll probably go for a 3-1 Man City, and I'll go for Grealish to score first.
Get on the score sheet again. Connor, what do you reckon score-wise on this one?
3-0 City. And I'm going to go Mahrez. I think he's going to mix things up a little bit.
Lads, like, I suppose we were going to kind of talk about transfers and stuff like that in its own little section, but we can kind of just throw them in here as we kind of go through the matches. So just looking at, obviously, the massive one that's after kind of coming there in the last kind of couple of hours about Ronaldo potentially signing for Man City. Paddy, I want to get your thoughts on it, being a United fan and being like a little fanboy of Ronaldo, all these years where he's been like one of the best in the world, and he's always claiming him as like
absolutely. Like I would have always took him over Messi.
Yeah, so like, and I think them like 90% of United fans do, but like, does that kind of give a bit of a sour taste that he would go to City and kind of disrespect United like that, or do you think he could kind of just do what he wants to do? Like,
he'd be dead to me.
He'd be dead.
He would be dead to me.
Paddy ripping the posters off his wall.
I think it's shocking. Like
the cardboard cut out, getting folded up.
On one of these United podcast things that they do as well, there was one of them talking, and it's not like when United players of old went to City, like Schmeichel and Cole and stuff. Like that was a poor Man City. Yeah. For Ronaldo now to come to City and then win the league or something like that, it'd be very hard pill to swallow. It really would. Yeah. It'd be very bad. But like, what if I was him? Would I do it? Like, if he's going to get like 500 or 600 grand a week, like I'm sure maybe he was offered to United as well. I'm sure Mendes didn't just go to City alone and go like he just has his heart set on Man City. I'm sure he probably flirted with a lot of clubs. Man City have probably said, right, well, we have the money. We're not getting Kane. We'll take him, get him for a season or two. So fair deals to them. Like I would have took him back at United all day long. And we've seen how weak we were last week against Southampton. We could deal with it, Ronaldo.
Yeah, I just think like the thing about Ronaldo is like I don't really think he's moving for money. Like I think he sees an opportunity at City. City are screaming out for a number 9, and that's the role Ronaldo has been playing in the last couple of seasons. So, and I've seen a lot of things, and a lot of people are saying to me that they don't think Ronaldo would suit Pep's playing style. I think that's bullshit. I think he's that would suit him to a dream. All the players that can play, like the likes of Grealish, playing them little balls through the channels. And he can do it all. He can, like, if someone's whipping the ball and he's good in the air, he can make them little runs in between the players. Yeah. I think he would score an absolute rake of goals for
Ronaldo has become a Kane-like player. He's not the same player he used to be, bombing forward, beating players and everything. He is a target man now.
Yeah.
Up front, he still has the skills. Like, he's 38, 39 years of age, and he's fucking like fitter than most of the Premier League players now. 36, is he?
Still got a couple of years. He'll be playing till he's 40. Like he's no way he's slowing down anytime soon. Connor, what do you think?
I think it'd be a good deal for City. I think Juventus are mad letting him go. I think Juventus probably are letting him go because they probably can't afford his wages.
Yeah, that is a thing that kind of has happened recently over kind of, I don't know if it's just COVID or something like that, but a lot of players seem to be hemorrhaging money. Like, and I don't know whether
Would you take him at your clubs?
Thing. What?
Would you take him at your clubs?
Oh yeah. He's still one of the best in the world. Like he's definitely top 5 in the world. Like at the moment, like, and There's no question. I would have him in a fucking heartbeat. Like, and even I remember I was saying it to United fans, saying like, oh yeah, like you get me in, and United fans were saying he wouldn't fit in the team. I'm just like, he would literally be the first name on the team sheet. Like, so I don't know where you're getting that for. One,
he's the type of he'd fit into any team.
Yeah,
and
so
a team would play around him,
and he can adapt to that. Like he will adapt and he will score goals. There's no question about that. Like,
absolutely.
And what do you think? Do you, like looking from the outside, do you think like? Because I was having this off with one of the lads in work where I was saying like, why should he not be allowed to sign for City because he played for United all them years ago, and just because he is one of the best ever, like does that like kind of bring more attention on the move? Like I don't think so. Like I think you should be allowed to go to whoever he wants. Like players have done it in the past, and all of a sudden because it's Ronaldo, there's a fucking uproar about it. Like,
yeah, I think we're past that stage of like romantic football. Like obviously United's going to have a place in his heart, but if the move is right for him to go and win the Premier League again, and if City win the Champions League, they will have a better chance than if they had Ronaldo and Grealish.
But as a supporter, it does leave a bitter taste in your mouth. Like if you say, if you look at Benitez even gone to Everton, like it leaves a bit of a bitter taste in your mouth.
I'm delighted. I love Benitez, and I'm happy to see him back in the Premiership. I think he'll do well with, as opposed to being at Newcastle and being Mike Ashley's little bitch boy.
But going to Everton, do you not think that's a bit, like not that he shouldn't? I'm not saying like Ronaldo shouldn't go to Man City, but it does leave a bit of a sour taste in your mouth as a supporter of the main rival.
I think there's certain ways and there's certain players that can do it. Like if you look at, say, like let's say for instance the way Ashley Cole went to Chelsea, it was a little bit snaky. Like he had all these private meetings with Mourinho and stuff like that, and it was a bit of a fucking snaky way of going about it. But I think like who can we say, like, I can't think of anyone off the top of your head like that would kind of have went to a rival club that you would have kind of said, well, look, you kind of just get on with it. Like you're happy to see the player back in the league, or you're happy to see them playing for a good team. I just think that Ronaldo thing is that situation. Like
if you had went playing at United, scoring week in, week out, and said, you know what, see you later, I'm going to go in the Prem at City, then like that's a cut move.
Yeah.
But to come back, whatever it is, 12, 13 years later.
Exactly,
to sunset his career probably in the Premiership before he makes his move to fucking the MLS at 40 to play for 2 seasons to play a Beckham and make a fortune.
United fans have heard him say a lot of times, I'd never go to City. Like he was asked multiple times and he said, no, I wouldn't go. And that is on video.
Didn't Benitez say that about Chelsea all them years ago, and like was slagging them about having the flags and all, like, and then all of a sudden he's fucking managing them. Like things happen in people's careers, and people say stuff you don't really mean. You kind of just say it to please your own fan base at the time.
Look,
like, so
if Man City turned around and rang me tomorrow and said, "Look, I need someone to do the IT here, and we'll pay a double," I'd fucking wear my jersey every day, my Man City jersey. Give it to me.
Yeah, but I don't think fans are going to go out and buy Paddy Sheridan jerseys.
Yeah. You never know. Right, lads, we'll move on to the next one. So you gave me 3-0, Connor, was it?
3-0 Mahrez.
Okay, I'm going to say 3-1 to Man City, and I'm going to say Kevin De Bruyne score. Right, lads, we're moving on to the next one. Again, we're going to kind of just stick on the likes of the big games, so we'll fly through these. And so, lads, the next one is Villa and Brentford. Villa are 19-20. 5-2 for the draw and 11-4 for Brentford. Connor, what do you reckon on this one? Score prediction on it?
Both teams in good form, I think. I'm going to go 2-1 Brentford. And I'm going to say Ivan Toney to get off the mark in the Premiership.
Okay, and Paddy?
I'm going to go for a Villa win. I'm going to go for 1-0 to Villa, and I'm going to go for Ings to score. Yeah,
I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Villa, and I'm going to say Bailey. He's going to score his first goal. I think he didn't get one, didn't he?
No.
He assisted one, I think. So I'm going to go with Bailey to score. Lads, on to the next one. Brighton versus Everton. 11-8 for Brighton, 11-5 for the draw, and 21-10 for Everton. Big enough price for Everton. That's on Saturday at 3:00. Paddy, what way do you reckon this one is going to go?
Everton have shown a bit of resilience, coming from behind a couple of times, but they have been a bit leaky at the back. If they can fix that up, which Benitez, I'm sure he will, because he is tactically, defensively, he's a good manager. Has he got the players that he needs there to play the way he wants to? I'm not sure. I see a couple of goals in this game. I'm going to go for 2-2 again, like Everton last week. Going to go for Richarlison to score first.
Okay, and Connor, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I have to agree with Paddy. I can see both of them kind of shut each other out a little bit in this. I'm going to go draw as well. I'm going to go 1-1, and I'm going to go Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I've done it as well. I've gone with the draw. I just think Brighton aren't playing too bad. And
it's definitely not going to be a draw now. The three of us
I know, yeah, it's 100% not a draw.
8-0.
I've gone with a 1-1 draw, and I'm going to say Calvert-Lewin to score again. Lads, we'll move on to the next one. Fucking flying through this. Going to keep this one under an hour. Saturday at 3:00. Newcastle 6-4. The draw is 12-5, and Southampton are 7-4. Connor, what do you reckon on this one? Decent enough prices all around. Hard one to call though.
Yeah, that's why their prices are decent, isn't it? Because you can't call it. I've gone the same again. I think it's going to be a score draw. So I'm going to go 1-1, and I'm going to go Adam Armstrong.
All right, okay. And Paddy?
I actually think Newcastle are really negative in their last game. Steve Head, comes out again.
Steve Head.
Nearly saying, the other team are so good. How are we ever expected to win? And he's nearly lost before he goes into the game. So I'm actually going to go Southampton. Good result against United, fought well. I'm going to go for Southampton win. So I'm going to go for Southampton 1-0. Who would I put down as a scorer?
Fred.
Sorry?
Fred.
Fred? No. Che Adams.
Yeah, okay. Just for anyone that is watching, if you do want to get any comments or any score predictions, anything like that into it, put it in the comment section. We will put them up on the screen. We'll talk to you. So just for anybody that is watching. Lads, I'm going with a draw on this one. And I've gone with a 1-1 draw, and I think St. Maximum's going to score for Newcastle. I think he's going to get a good few goals this season, and could be a decent enough player for fantasy football. Right,
5.5, I think.
Something like that, yeah. He's very, very cheap. We're moving on to Norwich versus Leicester, lads. 16-5 for Norwich, 13-5 for the draw. And lads, a big price at 17-20 for Leicester. Connor, do you fancy that price for Leicester, given that they're coming up against... Look, I'm going to call them a poor Norwich team again, because I think we have this thing with them every time they come up, and they're probably sure for it going back down.
Yo-yos of the league, aren't they?
Yeah.
They bossed the championship. Struggle. I think they survived one season there, whatever it was, 4 years ago, went back down then. No, we've got Leicester in this for a little bounce back after our poor result last week, obviously. I'm going to go Leicester 2-0, and I'm going to say Kelchi Iheanacho.
Ooh, nice. And Paddy?
I think Leicester will win, but I wasn't overly enamoured with them against West Ham. West Ham spanked them. Antonio played very well, but I will go for a Leicester win. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Leicester, and Jamie Vardy to score first.
Nice one. Yeah, lads, I've gone with a Leicester win here as well. I think it'll be convincing enough. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Leicester. And I'm going to say Vardy, because Vardy for me has been quality this season. So I think he is going to continue on that. Oh, lads, I never even used me graphic for the predictions. What is the point? Right, we're going to jump off this for a second anyway. So we're moving on to, lads, the question section. So hold on a second, and I'll just give you... Connor, you
can't say hold on a second.
No, because you haven't seen these new graphics yet, have you?
Just on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, sure. He was watching last week. You had to watch last week.
Oh, yeah. That's why we're ranked number 22, because everybody watches. Yeah. Right, so, Connor, enjoy this masterpiece.
Remember the banner at the end there, did you?
Yeah, around with the banner. Anyway, lads, we have two questions that we're going to be looking at this week. One is, Scooter McGreens has sent us in, do you think Harry Kane is a wanker? I'm going to answer that with one word. Yes. No, but I presume he's obviously talking about the whole fiasco that's gone on with him in City.
So he doesn't mean, does he actually masturbate?
Yeah. I don't think that's what it's referring to. I'm going to say that he's not. I don't like him. and I love to see him failing in a match. I love when he misses sitters. I love it. But I don't think that any of this that happened is his fault. I think he made his thing very clear that he wanted to go and win trophies. He's not going to do it at Spurs. And Daniel Levy has come out and kind of...
Then don't sign a fucking contract last year to get more money.
I know, but I don't know.
So he's not in the right. He's absolutely not in the right.
So you are saying he is a wanker?
He's a wanker for, whinging like a little... Like, I want to go... Then don't sign your contract last year. Run your contract down.
It's a good valid point there.
Like, wait until... Like, look at what Pop was doing now. Like, he's waiting until last year of his contract. Weighing up his options. Like, why not do that?
Yeah. Connor, what do you reckon?
I'm going to sit on the fence between you and say yes and no. I agree with Paddy, and I was going to say,
oh wow,
if he wants out of his contract, don't sign a contract for 4 years or whatever it was, an extra 2-year extension. At the time, he was just being greedy. But what I also would say is, just because he's captain doesn't mean he can't go and act like other players can and try to push a move through as well. If you want to try push a move through, he's in contract. Ronaldo's doing it at the moment. He's in contract for another 2 years. So I see it from his side of, I don't agree with him coming back late to training. That was the wanker move. But he also said he didn't come back late to training, and poor fucking Nuno just walked in on it and was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. He was hung out to dry a little bit. But so he's a wank. He's not a wanker, but he's like half a wanker. Yeah.
No, like even when he signed this, get his new contract last season, put in the buyout clause that he thinks is reasonable, like for the club and another club to pay from. If it's 150 million, it's 150 million. But put that release clause in your contract.
Yeah. Yeah, like look, I understand. I suppose like it is a bit of a kind of like I kind of didn't think about the whole contract where you had signed the extension on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do a complete U-turn. He is a wanker. Lads, we'll move on to the next question, and it was sent in by John Flood. Have you ever watched Sunderland Till I Die? #10K. I have. Very good series. If anybody hasn't watched it, I'd highly recommend it. Connor, you watched it, did you?
I think we watched season 1 together.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we watched it in my house together. Yeah,
that was mad cute.
That was deadly. We were holding hands and all.
Yeah,
that was pre-COVID, wasn't it?
It was pre-COVID. Yeah,
we'll just say it was anyway. Just for.
It's still going on now. We just watched something different.
Paddy, did you watch it? Paddy, you didn't watch it, did you?
Paddy was in the window.
No, I watched. I was with your ma at the time.
Someone had to keep her occupied.
Paddy Till I Die, she was saying, boom, boom.
So yeah, no, I watched.
No, I watched the Tottenham one. That was very good.
Oh, the Tottenham one was brilliant. Yeah. That Sunderland one, Paddy, you should definitely give that a watch. That was brilliant. Like, it's good to see the runs of
Chris Coleman squared up to a supporter was my favorite part of that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But like you could really see like
did you see the fucking Nice match the other night? Holy shit! Sorry to take away from the. Was it Nice Marseille?
Oh yeah.
Koya getting hit with the bottle.
Yeah. Mental.
Brave.
Anyway, I have watched it. It's good. Definitely recommend it. What I learned from it was Jack Rodwell is a wanker. Other than that, yeah, it's good.
Can I add a question to the question section?
Go on.
If you were one of the players on the pitch the other night, someone threw something at you on the pitch, do you think it was right to throw it back in anger? Or should you have left it? What would you do in the same situation?
I think that's the second time in a week that's happened to Nice. Or to Marseille, sorry. So the week before, stuff was thrown at them during the Montpellier game, and they didn't throw it back. So I would say second week in a row, someone throws a bottle at you, you're fucking it back at them. They're not having this every week that you play football. Yeah. So I stand by him for fucking it back.
Do you know what one of my favourite things was about him throwing it back? Is that it kind of slipped out of his hand the first time he went to throw it, and then he had to pick it back up and throw it again. That was like one of the best.
But even when the ultras started running towards him, they didn't back away, or they didn't run away. They were ready for the fight.
Yeah. Did you see our man, the goalkeeper, run their full length to try drop kicker man swinging kicks?
Yeah, it's outrageous. It is like. Sorry lads, just a quick one in there from John. Who let me down for me 10k bet. All right, that was the hashtag 10k. That was Sunderland. No wonder he asked me that fucking question. That's light bulb there now, lads. Yeah, Sunderland let me down. Thanks for that, John.
No, Blackpool. Sunderland won. They beat Blackpool.
Yeah, but Sunderland fucked me. Anyway, I won money. You got 350 quid out, so I was happy. So, Paddy, I am 100% on the side of that bottle should have been absolutely launched back into that crowd at full force. You can't how can you expect players to take that type of shit? Like, they get abuse enough without getting shit thrown at them. Like, who was it I was looking at? I seen something only recently where someone had got split open. I think it was a coin. Split your man right open, ended up in hospital and all. Like, and it was shocking. I was thinking to myself, like a bottle is fairly lethal with the fucking lid on it and something inside it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's dangerous enough. Like, so I'm 100% backing them there. Like, fair play. And do you know what? To be honest with you, I don't think any of the Nice players were even really giving them any shit for doing it either.
No.
Did you see it was like fucking Moses. Dante was up on the horn trying to stop all the fans and they're just running past them.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like, but it was what scenes like it was comical stuff like. But yeah, no, I would have said like, yeah, happy days. Fuck that back at them. What did you think, Paddy? Would you have done it, or would you have known that was going to cause that type of thing?
Asses, all of them.
Yeah,
petrol bombs. Yeah, how could you not? Like, you know, I see a lot of this, like when players react to fans. I got to hit them. Like, if someone's abusing you, even if it's not something thrown, sometimes I'd say they're actually being called such horrible things that you just want to give someone a slap in the head, especially if your team's losing. I'd say some of them have great patience. They really do.
Yeah. I was looking at a video on TikTok and it was Frank Lampard getting abused, but I think it was the Stoke fans.
Stoke.
Yeah, classic. Like, and they're giving him absolute shit. He's warming up on the sideline. They're like, "You're a wanker," doing all this to him and all, and he's just standing there and he's warming up. And Chelsea score, and he's just like, I've got to go," and he gets called onto the bench, and like called from the bench. Is going on like, and he's just like that, like saying like, "See you later," like smoking brilliant it is. But even at that, he's like that. And he's doing all this, like saying like, "Money, yeah, where's your money?" and all this shit. Like, fucking, it was brilliant. He was completely winding them up, like. Was fucking deadly. But yeah, like
verbal abuse is part and parcel of it. I think that's the reason why supporters do it, is to try get into somebody's head so they get sent off or to do something stupid. But when it comes to start lobbing things at players,
there's a line in every sense of it. Like, so obviously in the verbal side of it, there's a line when it comes to the likes of racism and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? Like, there's a line that way, and then there's obviously like there's not even a beginning of a line. Like that, like throwing stuff is just that's not acceptable.
Yeah,
like, you can't
launch
like stuff.
Cash.
They should throw in a load of money. Well, not coins. Coins went.
No, not coins.
Jamie Carragher got hit and he threw it back into the crowd. Is that Everton or is that Chelsea?
It's not Bridge. I thought it was Everton.
Maybe it was Everton. It was someone in blue anyway. He threw it straight back in. He got hit in the back of the head. He just picked it up and threw it back in. Yeah, that's what should be happening. Like, right, lads, we're going back onto the matches. So that allows me, lads, to use fucking
let's just get this back up. Let's just reset here, lads, and let's go back in. I'm gonna actually take this off because I don't want it to ruin it. To the predictions.
I hadn't seen that one.
Unreal. That is like Sky Sports type of shit we're talking there. Right, lads.
Sky Sports is ran by children.
We're going back into the fixtures here. So Saturday at 3:00, lads. West Ham and Palace 11-20 for West Ham, 3-1 for the draw, and Palace are 5-1. Paddy, what do you think of this one? Obviously, West Ham very impressive so far, top of the league. Antonio,
very, very impressed. And I'm actually happy to see David Moyes getting
your most hated manager, is it?
Your least favorite manager of all.
No, I didn't. I said Benitez. I changed that because I realized David Moyes was an alright bloke. Well, yeah, West Ham last season doing very well, carried it across to this season. You would have wondered, was it a one season wonder thing? Jesse Lingard's not playing for them. But now they've kicked on now, and looks like they're going to have another good season. They'll be up around the Europa League spots. I can't see that, but a West Ham win here, and they're going to go for 3-0. They're going to go for Antonio to win or to score first.
To win, he just wins.
Did you see his celebration the other night when his cardboard cut out?
With the cardboard cut out. He was doing the what's that movie?
Dancing.
Yeah, Dirty Dancing. Yeah. He was doing that with it.
Deadly.
Connor?
Yeah, I have to agree with Paddy. From what I've seen so far of Palace as well, in the Premiership and even in pre-season, they've not been very impressive. I think Patrick Vieira was a fucking lunatic to take that job. I don't know why. Obviously, just trying to get his foot in the door of management in the Premiership and thought this is the way in. I don't think it really is. But yeah, West Ham, Paddy said, very impressive. They've kept hold of a couple of players that I thought might walk away in the summer, the likes of Souček and stuff. Thought he might have found pastures new, but obviously he's happy with working with Moyes. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-0 West Ham, and I'm going to go with Antonio as well.
Yeah, I've gone with West Ham. I don't see West Ham blowing them out of the water. Like I see it being a different mindset going into this game. Palace obviously aren't the best team in the world, so I think they might get a little bit complacent. They're not used to being kind of that good. I don't think so. A little bit of complacency might slip in, but I think they'll probably still win the game. So I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win, and I'm gonna stick with Antonio. I think he's been on form, so we'll stick with Antonio to score. Lads, we're going on to the game of the week. Liverpool and Chelsea, 5:30 on Saturday. 29-20 for Liverpool, 23-10 for the draw, and 15-8 for Chelsea. Lads, I'm just throwing it out there. Great price for Chelsea, given the way they're playing lately. Connor, what do you think of this one? Obviously, being the Liverpool fan of the group.
Liverpool-Chelsea for the last couple of years goes one of two ways. They're either like the best games of the season or they're absolute snore fests.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a snore fest, to be honest. And I cannot look past a 1-1 draw on this or a 0-0 draw.
Mm-hmm. Why did you say that, though?
I think Chelsea have acquired well up front. I think Liverpool are getting back to having their strongest back five available again. I can't see Liverpool breaking Chelsea down up front. Mane still out of form. Still not sure whether he wants to play Firmino or Jota. Relying on Mo Salah. A shaky midfield at best. Hopefully Fabinho is back. He had time off because his dad died last week. So I think he's supposed to be back in with selection. I think they need him back in if they're going to have a chance in it. I can see Liverpool sitting in to try stop the likes of Lukaku doing his bits, having Fabinho on his toes so he can't get stuff in the feet, and having Van Dijk or Matip up his hole so he can't get turned. And just trying to shut him out.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like I see Chelsea kind of being the best they've been in a while, and I really think with Van Dijk still having that little bit of rust and Lukaku being so sharp, I think this might be a game where Chelsea just kind of dominate. Like I don't know, like, and I don't usually say in Chelsea Liverpool games I'm always kind of cagey about it, but I just see
very
Chelsea
hard to dominate Liverpool
games
at Anfield with the crowd there. Very hard.
What do you think, Paddy? Do you think it's going to be a kind of a?
I'd agree. Yeah, Connor. Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very tight. I think they'll cancel each other out a bit. I think not only to save face, not that they won't be going to win, but I think they'd rather draw than lose either team because it just kill momentum. Yeah. I think both managers would come away happy with a draw. I know Chelsea have the better form at the moment. Obviously the better team. But they are going to Anfield. If it was in Stamford Bridge, I'd say, okay, Chelsea win. I'd probably just go with. But because it's in Anfield, the fans are back. Van Dijk I'll just go for a draw. Low score and draw, 1-1 I'm going to go for. Because I think there will be goals. I'm going to go for Lukaku to score for us, but I do think Liverpool will come back.
Right.
I think if you were to offer Tuchel and Klopp that 1-1 draw, they'd both be like, yeah, let's not bother playing.
I don't know. I don't think Tuchel has that mindset. I honestly, and it is the first time that I've said.
No, I don't think I agree. I don't think he will have the mindset. I think will go there and win. But afterwards, if he's after drawing, I think he'll be happy with the draw.
Yeah, I think it more depends on like how the game goes. Obviously, if you were to say like, it was a 50-50 game, he'd be happy enough with it. But if he dominates possession and he kind of creates chances, he'll obviously want to win, as with Klopp. But I do see Chelsea controlling the majority of this game. And I see the fans kind of getting on Chelsea's back and kind of Liverpool getting a little bit frustrated at them. And it's kind of what we done last season, like at kind of the end of last season. We just kind of frustrated teams and it worked. Like it was like that with the Champions League against Atletico. we just kind of held the ball and just moved it around. And Chelsea knew that's all they had to do really, and the chances would come. You would get one or two chances, and I think with Lukaku being there, that might be the case. So I actually do think that Chelsea may get the better of Liverpool this time. It is a hard one to call. It is such a good price for Chelsea as well. And I have gone with a Chelsea win in my bets at 15-8 with this type of squad and this type of team, and the way they're playing. I can't see past them, and I just think Van Dijk needs a couple more games before he's back to his best, because we've seen the little bit of ropiness in pre-season. He hasn't really been challenged that much in the league, and I do think that Lukaku is going to be an absolute fucking handful for him. So that is why I'm kind of going with Chelsea. Now, don't get me wrong, 5 or 6 games more, and I might look at Liverpool differently, but for this one, I just think Chelsea are too good at the moment. So I am going with a Chelsea win.
Where's Thiago Silva?
He's on the bench. He's there. He's on the bench. So he's just kind of
He won't be a force teamer, will he not?
What?
Will he not be a force teamer? Will he not get many games? Because he's in me fantasy football and he's driving me fucking demented.
He should, he should start coming back in. He was away on international duty. He is back quite a while. He should really be playing, but he's played Christensen at the back. He's playing even Chalobah at the back for the first game. He's playing Rudiger, who's an absolute beast. And talking to a very knowledgeable guy, I suppose, in work today about football, an older kind of guy, really thinks that he's one of the most underrated defenders in the world at the moment. And to be honest with you, he looks like he's about to get sent off in every game, but he's just so good. He's so aggressive, he's so fast, he's very good in the air. I think, lads, if you're watching Chelsea, just watch Rudiger and watch what he does, because I think it is very impressive. But I just can't see past Chelsea in this game, lads, and I don't know why. I just think Chelsea are going to beat them. I think, no, don't get me wrong, I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think Chelsea will nick it, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Chelsea. And I'm going to say Lukaku to score 2. I think he's going to have a bit of a field day against Matip and Van Dijk. Connor, what you reckon score-wise?
1-1. I'm going to go Mo Salah. On the Liverpool side, I reckon they're going to score from penalty, a free kick. They're going to score a scabby goal. I can't see Liverpool playing their flow in football. But yeah, 1-0.
What do you think of Liverpool's performance in the transfer window this season? It hasn't been great. Obviously, losing Wijnaldum, nothing's come in really. You haven't got better and didn't really challenge last season. I know Van Dijk has come back, but do you see him being enough to now challenge for the league? Liverpool fans are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. I've seen some of the stuff on some of the Liverpool fucking Instagram pages and stuff like that, where they're saying, "Oh, we're top of the league" and all this shit. You've played Burnley and Norwich. Relax. This will be their first big test. Do you think that you can honestly challenge for the league this year, or do you think it's just about kind of?
What the same logic? Chelsea have played Norwich and Arsenal.
Yeah, but Arsenal, I suppose. Look, we made them look pretty shit.
Champions League winners as well.
Exactly, we won the Champions League, so we can say. And look, if you look at individual players at Chelsea, the squad depth you cannot deny is fucking unbelievable.
It is. I said the same thing sitting here this time last year, where I said if Liverpool are going to win the league, they have to invest during the summer.
Yeah,
and they haven't done it again. They brought in Kanate, which I think is going to be a good addition. I don't think he's going to be an immediate fit for the team. Yeah. And are they in a position with the quality of Chelsea and City and what City even could have with Ronaldo to start risking 23-year-olds who I don't think are going to be an immediate impact in the Premiership at centre half? I don't think they are. And again, they're relying on keeping players fit. If Van Dijk gets injured again, they're in trouble. If Joe Gomez gets injured again, they're in trouble. When Matip gets injured, because he only does 6 games at a time, they're going to be in trouble. And as you said, they're going to have less resources now going forward as well in midfield. If Henderson starts picking up injuries again, Thiago, players who are known for not a great but not even for niggies. Thiago missed 4 months last year. Henderson missed 2.5 months last year. Who comes in? I know they've strengthened with bringing Harvey Barnes or not Harvey Barnes, Jesus, Harvey Elliott back from Blackburn. I think he will be a good
Who?
addition. But exactly,
Harvey
is he
Elliott,
the quality to go and win the Premiership? He's not. So I thought they needed to invest in a centre forward. I thought they needed to replace Wijnaldum in midfield. Even if it was just someone of like rotation stature who could come in and fill a gap, but they haven't done so. So yeah, no, not too happy, especially with like they've made 40 million this year in offloading players. So,
but like, is it the owners because they're fucking hemorrhaging money over in America? Like, is that the reason they're not investing, or what do you think they're like? What is it? It's obviously down to the owners. So, what is the reason? Is it completely purely based on them losing so much money over in America?
It's not losing. Like Liverpool, like every club in Europe last year, they lost over 100 million from COVID, from no fans, from
who didn't
paying staff who were still on furlough, who obviously weren't doing stuff, things like that. But
they were looking to furlough staff though, because they're a scum club.
They were looking to furlough staff, yeah. I'm not on the club. I'm not on the board, Paddy. So
he's going mad.
Yeah.
But also,
don't you dare slag my club.
Yeah. But they taken all the money starting to protect the Red Sox instead. So from the whole thing is the Red Sox were hemorrhaging, and that's where the main link was. And they try to protect their initial investment, and they basically said, come up with the money to put into the transfer market. Liverpool came up with 40 million. They've only spent 28. So I don't know where the rest of the money is going, or if it's still available if he wants to buy someone for 12 million, he can. I don't know what's going on. But they got rid of Grujic, they got rid of Shaqiri, they got rid of O'Jady, like all these players for 6, 7, 10, 12 million. Yeah. And it's not going into investment. So it's
it's a tough one.
It's not good enough for a team who's looking to compete with City, who are on the verge of signing Ronaldo, who've already signed Grealish, for Chelsea, who've already signed £100 million centre forward. Yeah. It's like or even United signing Varane, signing Sancho. It's like they can't compete.
Everyone's doing it except
but let me put this to you: you're still the team that won the Premier League, so you still have a great team there. You know, let's not beat around the bush. As a United supporter, even I see that, and I see like you still do. If you keep that first 11 fit this season, you have every chance to be up or around there to win the league. You do, like, you know, that's why you won the league when you did. You had the same squad. But if it does show this season that you have a couple of injuries, they fail to invest. Nothing about Klopp getting sacked, but do you think he'll get frustrated and he could leave at the end of this year? Like, you as a manager, ever think about like that? Because that must be frustrating as a manager, watching all the clubs around you spending this money and your club just letting you down.
Wondering where your money is.
He's came out and said it himself that Liverpool can compete, and I don't know if that was a thing of saying the club can't do it, or if it was a dig at the investors to say, "Oh, we can't compete with the big boys because they won't give us any cash." I don't think he'll walk away. I don't think he's the fella to walk away mid contract, but I can't see him renewing after 2024. Like.
I'd be very
his business all season was spent trying to get renewing contracts with players, and they all have the same end date. Robertson signed a new deal to 2024. Salah signed a new deal to 2024. So these are all finishing on the same date, as well as the manager. That's all the manager's looking after.
The club goes to sale on that date.
Like, that's what's going to happen, and that's the ultimatum that obviously, not maybe he's not putting to the owners, but he's saying, if I'm not happy and I walk, you've got to sort contracts out with like Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Henderson. Robinson, they're all finishing on the same at the same time.
And I'm sure when that would be one of the main points in any of them re-signing, is Klopp going to be here?
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't see him. I've never met him, but I'm sure it looks from the outside that he's a good manager and people want to play for him. So
I'm not a fan of him getting rid of the glasses. What's he
neither am I. It's not the same.
What is he doing? That's not right. Should have been wrote in his contract that you had to wear them glasses.
No, he's after getting rid of the glasses. He's getting breast implants next week.
Not on Love Island next year, apparently.
Right, lads. We're going to move on. Just a quick one there. Keep commenting from Abran. He's already predicting what we're about to be talking about. United getting the handiest group, number 4 incoming. Look, it's true.
They didn't have a difficult group last season and they still didn't get through it.
It's because they
shot themselves in the foot.
Lads, we have 2 or 3 more games to get through, so we'll just do quick score predictions on them. Burnley and Leeds on Sunday, lads. 2-1 for Burnley, 5-2 for the draw, and 5-4 for Leeds. Connor, give me a score prediction. Have we only done the Sunday game or the Saturday games? Will be best. Anyway,
all right. Yeah, Burnley were decent actually against Liverpool last week. I was surprised at how they came out and had a couple of good chances. Still fancy Leeds. I'm going to say Leeds 2-1, and I'm going to go with Luke Ayling.
Okay. Paddy?
Leeds 1-0 Bamford.
Right, I am going to say 1-1 draw, and I'm going to say Chris Wood to score. Right, we're moving on. Next Sunday, 2:00, lads. Spurs and Watford, 2-5 for Spurs, 7-2 for the draw, and 7-1 for Watford. Connor, what do you reckon here? Do you think Kane is going to apologise to his fans by scoring a hat-trick, maybe?
Maybe not a hat-trick, but I think he's going to go on the score sheet anyway. It's like, I can't really see where else the goal's coming from. I know some played well in the first game with Kane not around, but I think everything's still going to come through him this season. He's scored again tonight. I don't think he's going to switch off of his form because of it.
Kane has scored 2 tonight so far.
He scored a second one, did he?
Scored again, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to switch off his form just because he's thrown a little moody. So, yeah, Spurs 2-0, Kane to score. Okay, Paddy?
Yeah, I think you can't look past the Spurs here. Dele Alli got, I know it was a penalty last week, wasn't it? He scored.
Yeah, I know, yeah. First goal in 7
But to have an on form, Dele Alli, Son, Kane, and they've a good few other players going forward. Still at the back. Well, hold on, I say that, and then I think back to the City game, and they held out, you know. And has that something to do with the new manager? Has he got them more organised at the back, more organised than Mourinho would have? But this Tottenham squad isn't far away from the same squad that Pochettino had when they finished fourth, got to the Champions League final. So there's a good squad there, with a good manager, and getting rid of Mourinho, I think they could have a decent season. I think Spurs for the win here, and I'm going to go for Dele Alli to score first, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 win.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with the kind of Dele Alli thing. I think he's going to start scoring a couple of goals, getting on the kind of assist sheet now again. Is that even a thing? Assist sheet?
Is that a thing? Sheet for assists, I don't think, did it?
I mean, you get
after broken record, the first player to ever get 5 assists in 2 games or something.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think an assist sheet is something. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so I do think that Spurs are going to win. I think they're going to spank them. I'm going to say 4-1.
What is an assist sheet? And I think does somebody like push your belly while you're having a shit?
Yeah, the sheet. So I'm going to say 4-1 to Spurs. I'm going to say Kane. I'm going to say, for anyone watching, that like I'm not wearing fake tan. I was playing golf, and look, this is the hand I was wearing the glove on, and it's not tanned. So it looks like I'm wearing fake tan. Like, well, look, I'm not against wearing fake tans, you know. So
just run out toilet paper, did you?
Yeah. I'm going, Kane to score 2, Son to score 1, and Dele Alli to score 1. So there's all your 4 goal scorers. Lads, we're moving on to the next one. 4:30 on Sunday. Wolves versus United. 7-2 for Wolves, 13-5 for the draw, and 4-5 for United. Paddy, coming to you. You jumped the gun when you beat Leeds. He's absolutely shot yourself against Southampton. Oh, look at him sitting up for this one. He's ready for it. 4-5 against Wolves. How do you think you'll fare out on this one? Is Fernandes going to flop? It was the first game, a lucky kind of game, hat-trick, blah, blah, blah. We all score hat-tricks every now and again. What do you think is going to happen here with United? You get that wine, India. He's down in that wine. Whoa.
Just go straight to the bottle, Paddy.
Here we go.
No comment. Yeah, dreadfully disappointed. I have to say, last weekend, dreadfully disappointed. Looked like it was going to be like last season. Like this whole thing, they were masking it with like, the longest unbeaten run away from home since the Invincibles. That meant bullshit and nothing to me. We started well in the first half. We should have scored from 1 or 2 set pieces. They got the goal. We show after we scored the first one, we went on a good, the first goal, we went on a good run for about 10 minutes, and then we just absolutely lost it. And Southampton really should have got the winner towards the end. So we were actually lucky, really, to hold on for the draw. What he's doing, Matic played so many misplaced passes last week, and he took off Fred. And not that Fred is in any way a world beater, but I thought he was having a better game than Matic was. And then Donny van de Beek sitting on the bench, like, give him a shot.
Yeah.
I really, really didn't understand it.
It's why I always go back to the thing
in the season.
Ollie. It's got to be Ollie is questionable again, and it always comes back to, like, is he playing the right team? I don't think he's getting the best that he can possibly get out of that team, and like that's not just me trying to wind United fans up. I genuinely don't think that Ollie is a good manager.
It's a reasonable comment to make. I understand what you're saying. But we had some world-class managers there before Ollie, and they were doing no better.
Not with that team. Like when United, when Mourinho was there.
There was a team at one time where we had like Di Maria and Falcao and fucking Schweinsteiger. Like, you know, there have been decent squads there before. I think this is the best United team we've had since Ferguson left.
Definitely, yeah.
But again, it's 2 games into the season. We done well last season. Can we kick on again a bit this season? Let's hope so. But yeah, I wouldn't be jumping the gun after 2 games.
You jumped it after 1 game, and I was like, I was on with Water and Paddy, and they were like, I was like, now a couple of United fans have jumped the gun, and Water's like, no, I wouldn't be jumping the gun, and Paddy goes, wait till you get to me. And then Paddy went tongue
in cheek. Yeah. No, we'll wait and see how it goes. Yeah, definitely disappointed, and it does raise questions over Ollie. If they're not really close this season, obviously you have to look to make a change, because you see with Chelsea what happened when they made the change.
That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say.
No, you did see a massive improvement with someone with recognised experience. We're just going to have to wait and see. That's all I can say.
Connor, from the outside, what do you think? Like, looking at it.
Yeah, if a squad like that, if a squad like United have at the moment, as Paddy said, it is definitely the strongest squad they've had since Fergie left. Anyway, and they're not challenging. Not to say the squad's not as strong as Chelsea. I don't think it's probably not going to be as strong as. I keep looking at it and see if City sign Ronaldo. I can't see anyone getting past them, to be honest. But if they're not at least challenging or putting pressure on them as a top 2, like, there has to be questions asked somewhere along the line. And we, again, with some good investment that they had during the summer, like Varane at that price, I don't know what his wages were on, but even at that price is a fucking steal. I'm still not sold on Sancho 100%. But even as someone to fill your English-born space and someone who can produce a bit of quality every now and then, like, they should be challenging. And if there's not, there has to be a weakling somewhere. And if that's going to be somewhere, it's going to have to be the manager. So, I would still say I think he'll learn as well as he goes along. I think he gets to this stage, and I think the same thing that happened at the start of last season, but midway through last season, where he didn't know what team he wanted to play, and then once he gets into the hang of who he wants to play against who, that's when I think United went under that run. I think that's what it's going to take him this time as well. He obviously got it right against Leeds, knowing that Leeds were going to play such high attacking football. Southampton sat in a little bit last week, and I don't think he adapted to it. That's
the thing, isn't it? Like, you never see him mix up the formation. You never see him
disappointed with that. That's the biggest thing about this season. I'm so disappointed with it.
Like, look, I know, like, you have Varane there now to replace who's your centre half?
Lindelof, is it?
Lindelof. Why not, like, just go 3 at the back there, the 3 centres, play Wan-Bissaka right wing back, and play Shaw left wing back, and just try that kind of 5-3-2.
And he did do that a couple of times last season. Played 3 at the back, and it worked well in a couple of games.
Yeah. It's a very effective tactic if you can use it right. Like,
but even with fucking hell, like even with Varane and Maguire at the back in the centre, you really don't need 2 holding midfielders.
I think it will free it up. No, I think it will free up another place there, and I think Matic or Fred are going to feel the brunt of it. Like, one of them has gone out of that team, and it's going to allow Fernandes and Pogba to attack a lot more, because they know that they're not trying to protect the the defense all the
especially against a team like Southampton. You're playing Liverpool away, you're playing City away, you're playing Chelsea away. Okay, maybe you put your two defensive midfielders in to kind of hold out a little bit and then go and break with the pace up front. But against Southampton, who are going to put a bank of 4 and a bank of 5 in front of you, you don't need two players with such a lack of creativity going.
United had to be more positive against Southampton. We would have won. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah,
with the talent we have.
The one thing I hate about
fucking stuck in a shy.
Yeah,
I have to say, he really is.
The one thing I hate about Ollie is the way he uses his new signings. Like, I know he wants to kind of slowly get them accustomed to the culture, as he would say. But fuck me, just Varane and Sancho were sitting on the bench last week.
It seems like he's a bit too cautious.
Yeah, it is. It's over cautious.
He's
just throw them in, let them fucking find their feet. They'll do it. Yeah. They'll find it fairly quick.
Like Varane, at the end of the day, whatever about Sancho, he's still young. Maybe feed him into the team slowly. Rafael Varane is he's won the World Cup. He's won multiple Champions Leagues. The pressure is not going to get to him. Yeah. Throw him in. Throw him in, and then you don't need the two holding midfielders. Oh, I don't know.
I was just going to say, I'd said about Klopp kind of embedding Kanate in slowly, but he's a 23-year-old who played for fucking Red Bull Leipzig as opposed to United signing a World Cup winner who played centre half of Real Madrid and one of the best Real Madrid teams.
3 Champions Leagues or something like that.
Yeah, one of the best Real Madrid teams that they had since the Galacticos. Yeah. So
outrageous.
He's well able to slot in for 45 minutes of a game against Southampton, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, I just think it's madness. And I just think, look, it might not be right. Okay, you could, someone could argue with me there saying, well, we didn't score, that's why we didn't win. Yeah, okay, but, you're really overcompensating for the lack of ability at the back there by having Fred and Matic there. So if you have Varane there, you release one of them two, and then you've got someone else attacking. You could have Sancho on then. So
if you have an extra player going forward as well against Southampton, again, if you're against one of the top 4, you're careful. But against Southampton, you don't need that much defensive power if you have more going forward, because they'll be shitting themselves about going forward, because they know as soon as they get caught in the break, if we have an extra man in the attack, because we don't have the two holding midfielders, there's a great chance we're going to score. So they're going to be hesitant about going forward as well.
Yeah.
So psychologically, it works as well.
Yeah, definitely. Lads, look, we're going to move on. Score prediction on this one. I don't think you've given me them, have you, Paddy?
No. I'll go for a United win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win, because I'm hoping we have a new defence there and we get our first clean sheet of the season. And I'm going to go for Pogba to score for us, because I think he needs a goal, because he's assisted a few now. So
yeah. Okay, Paddy? Or sorry, Connor?
I'm Connor. I was going to say the exact same thing, but I'll change it up. I'm going to go 3-1 United, and I'm going to say Greenwood.
Lads, I'm going to say 2-2. I think it's going to be Ollie again that causes this drop in points. I'm going to say a 2-2 draw. And I'm going to say...
Now, Wolves still haven't scored this season.
I don't care. I'm just going to... I just think that it's going to be one of these things that Ollie makes a bollocks of. And again, I just kind of keep coming back to Ollie, because I just don't think he's the right man to lead United where they want to go. Yeah, he's bringing a culture back to the club, but United's culture was winning and winning trophies, and I don't think he's doing it. So I'm going to say 2-2. And
go on, yeah.
I said no.
Sit up straight there, Paddy.
No. The culture is the attacking football and the type.
No. I was about to say we needed a culture reboot after Mourinho.
Manager.
We did, because the club was in an absolute shambles. Now, like Tottenham, I don't think their manager now is going to bring them to where they want to be, but I think it's as an interim manager, they might either get Pochettino back, or in the next year or the year after, they'll get a top manager in. Yeah. And if Ole doesn't win the league this season, I think we'll be in a much better place for a top manager to come in than he would have been after Mourinho.
It's a fair point. The squad is a lot better though. So I'm going to go with 2-2, and I'm going to go with Greenwood to score. Lads, Greenwood has been on fire this week, or this season so far. I'm going to go with Greenwood to score again. Lads, that is the last of our predictions. So we're going to jump into... I I was gonna do the bets next, but I presume I'm gonna just show you one of the bets now. I'm going to leave them for kind of the next bit. So, lads, we're gonna have a quick look at our dun dun dun. It's the fashion show, lads. Lads, we're looking at Aston Villa's kits, home, away, and toured. Now, bear in mind, I did say at the start of the show that the toured kit hasn't.
Paddy has to give the bottle of wine back. Hang on.
Yeah, someone else needs some. So the toured kit is only actually getting released in 2 days or something like that. So
sorry, my butler was just filling my glass.
So what we've got is just basically a leak. So. Paddy, coming to you first. Like I said, we're right now at 10. We're not going shitty numbers. Oh, I'll give that a 5. We're going like 5.4. We're getting very specific with it. No rookie numbers. So Paddy, what do you think of this Aston Villa home kit this season?
It's like all the other Aston Villa home kits. 5.0.
5.0.
I refuse to get too involved in this. I don't like it.
Paddy, eventually you're going to give into this fashion show, and you know you're going to.
When we get to United's jersey, I'll be a bit.
Enthusiastic then. Connor, what do you reckon of this jersey?
So what I think about a jersey is it all comes down to the sponsor and how the sponsor looks on it as well. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of Kazoo on this. I'm not going to lie. I like the two little ladies. For Kappa.
Nice little ladies there,
yeah. And how they do actually match up with the same kind of font.
You actually just assume their gender.
No, they are ladies. Oh. They're based off the founder's 2 daughters.
That's a man and a woman.
I mean, it's a very difficult.
That's a boobie and a non-boobie.
I'm gonna call them.
You assuming they're boobies, Paddy?
I'm gonna boobies there and no boobies there.
I'm hoping they are.
I'm gonna.
Otherwise, I've been looking at the jersey wrong.
That means.
Actually, I didn't realize there was boobies on. I'm gonna go for an 8.0.
Can I give that a 10, please? So, Connor, you're a fan.
Yeah, if I was playing that now, instead of kissing the badge, I'll be kissing the boobie when I score.
So, Connor, you're a fan.
Yeah, and obviously they have to keep claret and blue, so I can understand. Obviously, the sleeves is classic, as Paddy was saying. I think he meant to say it was classic, not the same, but like.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, it was
classic.
Thanks.
Big fan of the neck on it as well, and the horizontal lines are a nice little change. It's kind of that little throwback. It's not quite tartan, but I'm a fan of the different design on it. I'm gonna go with a. What was given last week? Was Arsenal last week?
Arsenal last week, yeah, and the third kit was the highest rated, and I think it was like an 8.2 maybe we might have got. It was top of the range though.
Okay, so I'm going to go with a 6.8 on this then.
Right, yeah, I wouldn't be far off that myself. I do like it. It's not over the top. It's nice, it's subtle. I gotta go with 6.7 on this one. Right, we're gonna look at the second kit, and there we have it. So again, I think we were talking before, Connor, me and you are probably bigger fans of this one than the other one.
You just discussed this beforehand. Oh my god.
Well, you know yourself.
While we were watching Sunderland till I die.
Yeah, holding hands, whispering sweet and nothing in each other there. Paddy, what do you think of this one? Are you a big fan of this one or no?
No, I like that they put like a hole to put your head through and your arms. That's always good in a jersey.
Don't forget the bottom bit is a hole as well, just so you know.
The bottom bit down here.
I forgot about that one. That's another hole. 4 holes. It's classic 4 holes in the jersey. Yeah. An L breast up there as well. I like the L breast and an L tiger. It reminds you of the England crest a little bit, wouldn't it? With the lion. Yeah, 1 lion instead of 3 lions. A lonely lion.
A lonely lion, okay.
Nice jersey though. All the same. Have to say I like the white, and so I'll go for an L 7.2.
Ooh, 7.2. Connor, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. And I like the way that it's an away jersey, so you'll be like, oh, is that Aston Villa who are playing? I can't really tell. But then the little touches on the arm of the blue and the claret and blue on the arm, the claret and blue on the collar.
It's a homage. It's a homage to the home kit.
A homage to the home kit and to their club colours as well, which I love in an away jersey. again, the vertical lines are back. Some people say they make the people look thinner, so you look thinner.
I could get on board with this with the vertical lines.
Yeah, exactly. And I do love just the one color as well, the white and the red, especially except for the homage, obviously. I like that kind of contrast. Is it red?
I would call it maroon.
I'd say burgundy, maybe.
Yeah, burgundy.
Crimson.
Burgundy.
Come on.
I'm a big fan of this, so I'm going to go with a 7.6.
Okay. Big fan also. I like the horizontal lines down here. I like the way they break. A big shout out to Kazoo, who have obviously incorporated a car of some sort into their A. I didn't know they were a car company, so that
it's a car zoo. It's like a zoo where you go, but there's just cars instead of animals.
Perfect.
And cars, there's bulbs. This fucking has everything.
Everything.
4 or 5 holes. Fucking hell.
Lions.
4 holes.
They're really kind of like women drivers after crashing and obviously sitting there contemplating.
Oh my god.
Would you up the gun there? But I'll say that.
So she crashed into a zoo and then the tiger escaped and ate her to death.
So I'm going to look, lads. Big fan of this. I do like the incorporated car on the Kazoo there. So I'm going to go with a 7.1 on this one. Lads,
Polly, when we discuss contracts for the new season, you mentioned nothing about this fashion section. Shit.
It's all relevant, Paddy. It's all relevant.
My agent will be in touch with tomorrow.
You shouldn't have signed it, Paddy. If you wanted to move elsewhere, you shouldn't have signed it. You agreed.
I mean, release clause. I know we should have put a release clause in it.
We have nothing on the tour kit because it hasn't been released yet. But this is a leak I found online that apparently it is. So, what we thinking about this exclusive leak? Imagine I got done for copyright here like that. I wasn't allowed to show this.
Yeah, and
I like somebody, it. It's like, this is when the lion escapes and he scratched down the jersey, and that's like the lion scratches.
That's what I was just thinking there, actually.
Yeah. He looks like he's after putting on a few pounds, this lion here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the
he's after eating the girls who crashed the car.
Oh, there's boobs on the sleeves on this one as well.
Oh, more boobs.
Oh, yes.
Paddy.
Love it.
Big fan.
You never have enough boobs.
Paddy, what do you rating?
I will like fucking just like if we say there's 6 women, there's 12 boobs. So like that's fucking unreal. So I'm gonna go for a 10.0 for all the boobs.
And Connor,
I don't like it as much as the away kit. Plus, I'm also going to deduct points because I don't want to get my hopes up and then this not actually be the third choice jersey.
Yeah, it could well be a fucking complete fake.
Yeah, so I'm going to go because of the boobs in as well. I'm going to go with a 6.9.
Will you go back to the other one? Was there boobs on the arms of the other one?
Yeah, Aston Villa faithful. No. They do look like it.
No. See, that's what I think it's a fake.
Right. Well, look, we're gonna rate the fake. There's not much else we can do. We don't have the tour kit. It hasn't been released yet.
Wine helps this section. It really does.
I am going to say, lads, this isn't as good as the away kit. I'm with Connor on this one. I'm gonna go with a 6.6 on this one. I'm a fan of the lion getting his claws at it. But I'd like to see a few more tears. You know, if it was an angry lion, there would have been a tear in the jersey.
Do you actually want to see holes in it?
This is like he's just scratched it. I want to see a tear. So
what you want, Collie, is more. You want more than 4 holes. You don't think 4 holes is enough.
I want 7 or 8 there. Like, I mean, I'm seeing a potential for a hole here and here.
Yeah,
and here.
They don't care for conjoined twins. Watermelon. Remember Watermelon? They would have loved a special jersey or an extra hole.
Right, that's the end of the fantastic fashion section. And we're going to move into our bets now, lads. So this is the final part of the show. So we are going to bring it up. Right, lads.
I do prefer the. Oh yeah.
I still have it here. I think. Oh no, I don't. Delete it. So me and Paddy have had 0 success on the 0 to or the 10 to 1,000. We have restarted again. Paddy, have you done your 10 to 1,000 bet this week?
Yes. I'm hoping to do it in one bet.
I can't wait to hear this one. Go on, let me have it.
So I've done an 8-fold for the Premier League this weekend. I went for a Man City win against Arsenal. I went for an Aston Villa win against Brentford. I went for a Leicester win against Norwich. I went for a West Ham win against Palace. A draw between Liverpool and Chelsea. A Burnley win against Leeds. I didn't know I'd done that. Shit.
No wonder it's so much.
A Tottenham win and a United win.
Okay, and that's
I might do that again and just change to Burnley and see what odds I get.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Connor, what have you got for me?
I've got a 9-fold. I didn't know we were doing a 10 to 1,000. So what I'll do is I have a tenner on here. I have a tenner on Cristiano Ronaldo to stay at Juventus.
7 to 2.
9 to 4. I got it.
Oh, not bad.
So that'll pay back 33 quid.
When are we gonna know about that one though?
Before the 3rd of September.
All right. Okay. So you've got some legs on that.
So is that this day next week?
Not far off, yeah.
Friday next week. Yeah.
Okay. So we won't know. We'll have an update.
We'll have a fair idea this time next week whether he's going or not.
Yeah. We'll have an update at least. Give us your 9-fold.
9-fold I did was for the lower leagues. So I done Forest to beat Derby, Fulham to beat Stoke, Bournemouth to beat Hull, Preston to beat Swansea, Ipswich to beat Wimbledon, Sunderland to beat Wickham, Wigan to beat Pompey, and West Brom to beat Peterborough. A fiver will pay back $2,500.
Ooh, nice one. Do you have anything else? Did you say you had another one done?
I did all my predictions from the Premiership.
Okay, go on, give us them. I know we have them before, but just give us the bet anyway.
So I got Villa to beat Brentford. Oh, I said Brentford to beat Villa. I did the same thing as Paddy. Oops. I've got Villa. I've got Villa to beat Brentford. I've got a draw between Brighton and Everton. I have Leicester to beat Norwich, West Ham to beat Palace, Liverpool and Chelsea to draw, Leeds to beat Burnley, Spurs to beat Watford, and United to beat Wolves. A tenner will pay back just over $3,000. So I've left out City and Arsenal because I don't want to be disappointed at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, the early kickoff. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Have you anything else from me, or is that all? I've
got a goal scorer one for the Prem. So again, it's the Saturday games, not including the early kickoff. So I've got Ivan Toney to score for Brentford, Dominic Calvert-Lewin to score for Everton, Adam Armstrong to score for Southampton, Kelchi Iheanacho to score for Leicester, Mikel Antonio to score for West Ham, and then I've done Diogo Jota to score for Liverpool. £4 to pay back $2,000.
Nice one. Paddy, have you redone your bet?
Yeah, I actually changed 2 of the games and I redone it. And then, so I've got 2 bets going. So this is going. So Man City to win against Arsenal, Villa to win against Brentford, Leicester to win against Norwich, West Ham to beat Palace. I'm going to go for Chelsea to beat Liverpool, Tottenham to beat Watford, Leeds to beat Burnley, and United to beat Wolves. And that will give me €1,061.
So did I convince you that Chelsea are going to beat Liverpool by just me?
I think there's more chance of Chelsea beating Liverpool than Liverpool beating Chelsea. Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah. I'll allow it. Right, I'm going to jump into my ones, lads. So I've got a couple done up. I'll get rid of that weekly bets thing so we can see it a little bit better. So I've gone with a 4-fold draw here, lads. €3 on will get you 285 back. So I have Derby and Nottingham Forest to draw. I've got Middlesbrough and Blackburn to draw. I've got Shrewsbury and Gillingham to draw. And I've got Hartlepool and Carlisle to draw. So again, £3 gets you back 285 quid. Not too bad. On to me next one then. I've got a 9-fold. So this is, I believe, this is my predictions one. It's only for the Saturday, lads. So it's actually not bad value. 1,900 quid you'll get back. So I've gone with City to beat Arsenal, Villa to beat Brentford, Leicester to beat Norwich, West Ham to beat Palace. Actually, it's not. It's a different one. Fulham to beat Stoke, QPR to beat Coventry, Plymouth to beat Fleetwood, and Forest Green to beat Parfell, and I put Chelsea in to beat Liverpool as well. So a £5 on that will get you 1,900 back.
Nice.
Then I think this might be so this is the Saturday games for the predictions. So I put a £5 on, get 1,074 back. I've gone with City to beat Arsenal again, Villa to beat Brentford, Everton and Brighton to draw, Newcastle and Southampton to draw, Leicester to beat Norwich, West Ham to beat Palace, and Chelsea to beat Liverpool. I don't think that's too bad of a bet, lads. To be fair, that one, like, I'm kind of a fan of that one. This would be 10 or 2 1,000 bet, lads. So I've gone a bit mad. A
94 quid.
So I've got a tenner on it, and I'll get 94 quid back. So these are all really kind of high price favorites or low price favorites. So I've got my AIK to be Oribro. I've got my Toulouse to be Valenciennes. Jeez, I got through that one all right. Atalanta to beat Bologna. Lazio to beat Spezia. Bayern Munich to beat Hertha Berlin. Porto to beat Arouca. PSV to beat Groningen. I need to look at these teams before I pick them. It's fucking outrageous. Juventus to beat Empoli. And I've got Sporting CP to beat Famalicão. So yeah,
just
so
Google shortest price for the weekend. And then
call them. Should do like an auto select or something on it. And then I have another one, lads. A fiver on, I'll get you 414 quid back. So I've got QPR to beat Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday to beat Morecambe, Plymouth to beat Fleetwood, Forest Green to beat Port Vale, Sutton to beat Oldham, and West Brom to beat Peterborough. So not a bad one there. Not that many in it. Only 6 teams. I've gone mad. I've gone €2 here. 16 grand returns. I've got Leicester to beat Norwich, both teams to score, and Leicester to win. Fulham, both teams to score and win. Plymouth, both teams to score and win. Portsmouth, both teams to score and win. Forest Green, both teams to score and win. Notts County, both teams to score and win. That'll €2 will get you back €16,891.
Don't forget the 88 cents.
And the 88 cents. Right, lads.
I've got one more there, Collie. It was my 4 draws. I've done MK Dons and Accrington to draw, Barnsley, Birmingham, Brighton, Everton, Newcastle, Southampton. A 5 is going to pay back 600 blips.
Not a bad one, yeah. Not a bad one. Again, the 4 draws are always good crack. Like, I enjoy the 4 draws.
Until they go to 3-0 at half time.
Yeah, and it's gone. Like, it's fucking shambles. Lads, that's all we've got for this week. It's been a pleasure. An hour and 17, lads. We're getting closer to the hour, I think, as a whole. Last week we went far off the same time, so
United got beaten last week, so Paddy didn't want to talk.
Yeah. If United win,
sorry, whatever. Might as well have.
I knew what you meant, Connor. I went with it. Right, lads. We're going to end it there. Paddy, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Always a pleasure.
If anybody is watching and you haven't done already, check out the podcast, man, on all your platforms. Paddy, give us your fucking handles there.
You just did.
Is that okay? That was
the podcast, man. Thanks for I have to. When the kids go back to school, I'm going to start doing the podcast properly again.
Cool.
Some Ceylons in the house.
Yeah, so make sure everybody follows Paddy there, because he's got some good stuff coming up that is coming out, and some nice fucking streaming. So if you're into your gaming as well, he will be doing streaming. So you started, I think, was it Resident Evil? What?
And guitar lessons.
So he covers everything. He's a jack of all trades. So there's actually no excuse not to follow Paddy, because no matter what, there has to be one thing that he's doing that you like.
And on OnlyFans, my tag is at the podcast man as well. So they've blocked me from doing raunchy videos, but it still doesn't mean I can't be sexy. Oh yeah.
Send feed pics on request.
Yeah. Right. Paddy, cheers for coming on, and Connor, nice one.
Cheers, lads.
Pleasure having you back. Lads, we will be here the same time next week. We will be on YouTube. We will be on Twitch. We'll be on all the fucking little icons that you're seeing on the side. We are ranked number 22 in Ireland for the crack. Get us to number 1. So keep sharing it out to all your friends and family and stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe to everything as well. So we will see you again next week.